Understanding where you are in a trend is so important for your consistency as a trader. Do you make money one day, give it all back the next, and get frustrated after you've made some really good profits because you think the trade or the momentum in the trade is going to continue? And that's what it was all about yesterday, the 16th of April. I was looking for short trades in the pound US dollar. In fact, let's look at the account and show you exactly what I did yesterday, being the 16th. Now, ignore these ones at the top. This is the 17th. Just look at the ones in red, okay? Because the pound US dollar and the New Zealand CAD were my day trades from yesterday. The other trades were just trades I just closed. I'd been holding for a couple of days and had just closed them off yesterday, the 16th, to bank some profit. So 2,481 and around £900 on the other trades for the day trades, okay? So the day trades is what we're focused on this video. So £900 yesterday. Let's look at what I was doing. And as I said, it's important to know where you are in a trend, because if you don't know, you could get caught out here. Do you make money one day, give it all back the next day? Because if that is the case, then maybe that you don't really understand where you are after a very strong move. This move on the pound US dollar was fantastic. We took advantage of this upside. Green Pro Trend System tracks, Storyteller, momentum up. And after a really strong move, the price has to rest. It just doesn't keep going straight up. Vertical. You don't see a chart just vertical straight up. It has waves. And then that wave down is where I took advantage. Now, there's a couple of points here where you can see or give us a clue that we could be topping out a little bit. See that little candlestick in there? That's a shooting star candlestick. You get those at the top of trends. Sellers are in control. Sentiment on that candlestick is bearish. The wick is long and the body is small at the bottom of the wick. Open and close are pretty much close to each other. It doesn't matter whether it closes with the price the open above or the open below the close, okay? It's a bearish signal. If it opened higher and closed lower, then that would be more bearish, I suppose, because the sellers have took complete control of that candle. But because of the wick pushing higher and then pushing in with a reversal, it gives you a heads up that the market could reverse, guys. All right, so the momentum move up, shooting star candlestick, Storyteller overbought, just rolling over here as a trader. God, that's my perfect scenario. And then we get the reds on the system. So bigger time frames always give me structure. Smaller time frames, the colors give me triggers to get into the trade. All right, and then closed it on the golf course yesterday afternoon. Such a lovely day. Decided to get out in the afternoon to play some golf. So nice profit on the downside of that one. Now the pound US, the New Zealand CAD, guys, was the same scenario. Nice red on the downside yesterday, which was the trigger to get short. Red means sellers are in control. I'm going to be short in the market after a very strong, very similar chart to the pound US dollar all the way up here. And then we got the sell signals, overbought. As a day trader, you could take advantage of those trades. We didn't get many of these big moves yesterday. We're not at the start of moves, of trends in the FX markets, in stock indices. We're not at the start. We're either at the top or at the bottom. US dollars at the bottom, pound US dollars at the top. If you're buying these extremes, then it's only going to be painful for you guys. We want to be in the start and middle of these moves. And if you want to trade the top, that's perfectly fine. Why not? Who says you can't trade against the overall trend for a day or so? Who says that? For me, you get statements like, you got to trade with the trend. Yeah, but I'm trading momentum, and at the top here, momentum is slowing. So I'm going to risk the same money as I would do with the trend. I'm just going to trade with momentum. Trade with momentum, because that's fantastic at the moment. We've got so much momentum because of the volatility. You could trade long and short just using the colors. All right, guys, hope it helps. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give us a like, and I'm going to be doing a video on day trading timeframes. I think it's really important. A lot of people ask, what's the best timeframes to trade as a day trader? Look out for that video this weekend. I'm going to be putting together, and I'm going to be talking about something completely different as normal, as usual. I'm going to timeframes, and then I'm going to look at your personality profiling. What timeframes suit certain personalities. All right, so look out for it. Speak to you soon.